We have just sailed on Icon of the Seas for an entire 7-day cruise, and there are some things that Royal Caribbean isn't telling you. Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Jordan.
And I'm Jared.
And this is JJ Cruise. Thank you so much for joining the channel today. We have spent a wonderful 7 nights aboard the Icon of the Seas, the biggest cruise ship in the world. And during those 7 nights, there are many things that we learned, several of which we wish we would have known before we ever stepped on board the world's largest cruise ship.
One of these cruise hacks can really save you a lot of time on your cruise, and if you don't know it, well, you're gonna waste a lot of time. There are some of these other cruise tips that are gonna save you money, so please stay till the end so you are well prepared for the world's largest cruise ship, Icon of the Seas.
Before we get into it, we do want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 75,000 subscribers. You could be a part of the first 75K by hitting that subscribe button, and while you're down there, don't forget to hit that thumbs up.
Let's begin by talking about your staterooms. There are a lot of new things when it comes to staterooms on Icon of the Seas, but one of these most people have no clue about, and that is a setting within your stateroom that will limit the amount of AC that comes out.
There is an electronic panel as soon as you walk into the stateroom that will have different modes. There's things like morning, movie, and there is a sleep mode. What a lot of people don't know, and Royal Caribbean is not telling you this, is when you hit that sleep mode, the AC goes down to 10%. This is so there's less energy use during the evening, but this can actually warm your room up quite a bit. If you're someone that just hits that without thinking, you could wake up in the middle of the night with some night sweats or just being really overheated. So instead of hitting sleep mode, just turn off all the lights. There is an off all the lights button on that panel or on your cell phone if you are using the app.
Speaking of the app, this is another thing a lot of people don't know about. There is a stateroom function in your app, so you can change your stateroom settings, whether it's room temperature, maybe shutting the blinds if you have one of the infinite ocean view balconies that are on board this world's largest cruise ship. But there's a lot of different things, including the TV, that you can access from your stateroom app. This is really cool and something that we have seen on other cruise lines, but is definitely a newer thing for Royal Caribbean.
One last thing when it comes to the stateroom is the storage behind the mirror. There is a mirror just past the bathroom that opens up, and you wouldn't actually know about this mirror unless you watched a stateroom tour. We do have a couple of these on the channel. You can go over and check those out, but that's also where your safe is. So don't forget, there's a good amount of storage there. You could put things like sunscreen, sunglasses, hairspray.
I put my shoes.
But then, of course, there is that safe that is very important and something that a lot of people look to use when coming on board Icon of the Seas.
Now let's explore out in the ship, and we're gonna go to the bars. A lot of people like to have a tasty beverage at one of their bars around the ship, but there's something that is new and not common on a lot of bars on a lot of cruise ships, and that is outlets and hooks underneath the ledge. If you don't look for these, at some bars you can find these outlets and hooks, and if you don't look underneath the ledge, it's really hard to find. But if you're someone who likes to stay all day at a bar and drink away, take in the ocean views, you can charge your devices while you're there, maybe hang up a towel if you were out swimming. It's a really good addition to the bars here, and something that we want to make sure you're aware of because it really can just add an extra layer to your day.
We work from the cruise ship, so this is fantastic for us. And something else that we have discovered is full 3-prong outlets in the pods at the Overlook. We are always looking for places to work around the ship, and a lot of ships do not have US outlets. Icon of the Seas has been a game changer for that, for those of us that work from ships. There's multiple places that you can work, but those pods are nice private spots in the sun that you can work throughout the day if you are working from the cruise ship.
Another great addition, maybe while you're outside and at the pools or hot tubs, are cubbies. A lot of times you're trying to just find a chair so you can put stuff down and you don't want it to be wet, you don't want people to step on it. Well, now there are cubbies at the hot tubs, so you do not have to worry at all about laying your stuff down at a soaked, wet floor.
This next point is for those of you that are late night people. There are some times those of us on cruise ships want to stay up really late, want to party. And with regarding the hot tubs, there is always going to be a hot tub open 24 hours on Icon of the Seas. This is not something that the Royal Caribbean really advertise or tells you about, but it's great. We've gotten in some hot tubs super late night, and it has been the perfect way to end our long cruise day on the Icon of the Seas.
One thing to note here is that hot tub could rotate throughout the night just because they do try to clean all the hot tubs throughout the evening for the next day. So just know that it might not be the same hot tub every night, but there is one available at all times.
Hot tubs aren't the only thing that is staying open 24 hours. Now, the casino, specifically slot machines, are staying open late into the night and sometimes never closing, especially when you have a sea day the next day. This is not something that we've seen. We've seen it on some other cruise lines, but from Royal, we've not seen this often. They're now doing this on Icon of the Seas, which, I don't know, it might be really good for some people and it might be really bad for other people. But if you're a late night casino person and enjoy taking your chances in the casino, you will now be able to do that all night long on Icon of the Seas.
Speaking of, if you're out late at the slot machines or maybe at a hot tub, that might get you hungry. Well, there is late night eats at the AquaDome. It does not include feta and it does not include the crepe place, but there are 3 great dishes or restaurants that you can get at the AquaDome market. This is open until midnight. If you need something later, there is Sorrento's as well as Pearl Cafe. So there's always something available for you to eat on this beautiful ship. Now, when it comes to saving your money, making sure that you have the best finances before getting on board your cruise ship, well, you want to make sure you know this next tip. There's a highly coveted place that serves milkshakes called Deserted, and there is an alcoholic milkshake there as well. However, if you already have the drink package, the ultimate beverage package, you actually can save yourself some money by preparing to go to Deserted. The milkshakes are not included at Deserted, even if it has the alcohol in it, and it's actually an additional $5 plus gratuities to add a shot of alcohol. Now, you would think that the alcohol is mixed in, but it's not. They actually serve it on the side. So while you're going to Deserted, maybe stop at a bar, grab yourself a shot, whatever you like, Bailey's, Fireball, whatever tickles your fancy, and then head over to Deserted to get a milkshake. You'll save yourself some money and you'll still have the exact same product that they would give you at the counter.
And just to clarify, this is a money-saving tip for those with the drink package. The shots are more expensive at the bars if you don't have a drink package and are just paying out of pocket. But if you have that drink package, don't pay the extra $5 at Deserted for that shot. Grab it from a bar and save yourself a few bucks. Before we get into the last thing that could save you a lot of time on Icon of the Seas, we do just want to remind you that we are both travel agents. Jared and I work with a lot of clients. There's many clients that watch the channel. If you have booked with us, thank you very much. But if you are looking to book Icon of the Seas, we have experienced almost everything on the ship, and we have a lot to offer in terms of what we can answer and how we can help. If you're looking to book your next cruise on Icon of the Seas, head on over to www.jjcruise.com, and we would be more than happy to get you booked on this amazing ship. Let's get into this time-saving tip. And we know when you go on vacation, time is money. We learned on the first day that you no longer have to actually visit guest services to get assistance. That is because guest services can now be reached virtually in the Royal Caribbean app.
Alongside being able to chat with your friends, actually do other things via the app, such as control your stateroom, you can now go and visit a virtual assistant that is going to help you from guest services. Now, I found out that there are some for these other ships as well, but this is also available on Icon of the Seas, and these are assistants that can help with so many different things.
We actually had an issue the very first day, and we were in a pool, and I told Jared, I was like, let's see how we can reach guest services on the ship, and he found out that we could actually message someone. They resolved the issue within minutes. We never had to leave the pool, and honestly, this was one of the most convenient things that we have come across on Royal Caribbean in general.
A huge cruise tip, though, is to get to an agent, you do have to type agent or representative. Otherwise, they'll try to take you through the steps of a virtual assistant. But if you want to get a live person, you can. So just hit representative or press or type that in to your chat, and they'll get you connected with someone live.
So those were the things that we learned on Icon of the Seas that Royal Caribbean isn't telling you. Let us know, have you sailed Icon of the Seas? And if so, what are some things that you discovered?
Or maybe you're someone loyal to Royal. Maybe you are someone that has done this for ages and you have some of your own tips to share. Leave them in the comments below. We love to hear what you have to say. We want to get some chatter here to where people can have the best cruise vacation of their lives on Royal Caribbean or on Icon of the Seas.
Thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm Jordan.
And I'm Jared.
And until next time,
See ya!